even in the absence of climate change, we would still be seeing more impacts from disasters. They just wouldn't be quite as amplified. And some of that has to do with how we live as a society, right? And where we build and how we build. And then it comes up with policy things like insurance that have big factors that have ripple effects across economies and things like that. So from the climate core, it's to understand that science, sort of what can we attribute, what do we need, where is the uncertainty, how do we integrate that, and then in these specializations, really getting into now how do we triangulate that with everything else. And I think the way you kind of led the question is spot on, right? It's that, the table is set for emergency managers in all kinds of policies that we don't have a seat
Right.
for, right? In economic policy and educational policy, transportation policy. And so in educating leaders who are going into these different areas where they are sitting at that table, we're giving them the tools to understand that maybe it's not cheaper to do it this way. Maybe it is more expensive. You're just going to pay for it downstream. You're going to pay for it after the fact. I will say too that we take a climate forward perspective in the disaster courses, but they're all hazards in nature. So we don't limit ourselves to that, but being in a climate program at a climate school, that's obviously very, very climate forward in terms of what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.